Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the never-ending chapter, chapter 18. We are still talking about phylum Arthropoda. We have a new subphylum, though, and our new subphylum is subphylum Crustacea. Subphylum Crustacea. These are obviously the crustaceans. About 35,000 species of crustaceans, quite a number, right? Remember, we talked about this at the beginning of the chapter. How many species, when we think about animals, we automatically think vertebrates. How many species of vertebrates are there? 60,000 species of vertebrates. And half of them are fish. Half of them are fish. What we're saying is there's as many crustaceans as there are terrestrial vertebrates combined. Actually, more crustaceans than there are terrestrial vertebrates. All the mammals, all the reptiles, all the snakes and lizards and birds. There's more crustaceans. Most of them have 5 pairs of walking legs. Lobsters and crayfish and crabs have 5 pairs of walking legs. Shrimp are also crustaceans. Shrimp have a lot more than 5 pairs, but don't worry about it. Crustaceans are quite easily the largest arthropods. The reason why is because they live in water. The crustaceans, for the most part, are marine. There are some that are freshwater, but most of them are marine. The reason why they can be so large is because they don't have to support their own weight. So they can be really big and have really small muscles because they don't have to support their own weight. The largest ones can't function on land. If you ever watched like that show that used to be on Deadliest Catch, where the guys get the crabs, right? They catch in Alaska. They catch them. When they're on the tables, they just sit there and scoot their legs across the tables because they can't move. They can't walk because the largest ones can't function. Their muscles are so small that they work just fine in water because they don't have to carry their own weight. But if they have to hold themselves up, they can't do it. Crustaceans, delicious crustaceans, right? Shrimp, crab legs. This is a ghost crab. We actually do have ghost crabs on the Gulf Coast. You can find these guys skittering along. Crustaceans. This is a shrimp. This is a very deep water shrimp. And you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have more than 5 pairs of legs. There is a king crab. You can see how big that thing is. It's like as big as a plate. Very large animal. This is not forced perspective. They're really big critters. Crabs are. Because they can be. They live in the water. Here we see a lobster. This is an albino lobster. That's why it's blue. This is a chimeric lobster, which means it's albino on one side and normal coloration on the other. Really, really rare. This is like 1 in a million. It's like 1 in 30 million. Our next subphylum is subphylum Myriapoda. Myria comes from the word myriad. You ever heard and it was in myriad colors. Myriad literally means uncountable. So Myriapoda means uncountable feet. They do have countable feet. And they have the clearest segmentations, subphylum Myriapoda. They have the clearest segmentation of all arthropods. All arthropods, the myriapods have the clearest segmentation of all adult arthropods. The two groups of animals that we find in the myriapods are millipedes and centipedes. About 10,000 species of millipedes. They're all herbivorous, and they have 2 pairs of legs per segment. And there's about 2,500 species of centipedes. They're all carnivorous, and they only have 1 pair of legs per segment. And when we look at millipedes and centipedes, they both have very different cross sections. When we look at a millipede, they have a cross section very much like a loaf of bread, and they have 2 pairs of legs per segment. They're all herbivores. A centipede has a very low profile. and a single pair of legs per segment. These guys are all carnivores. How does their body shape relate to their lifestyle? Why are these have a big high dome? Why are these low and flat? And the reason is that if I'm an herbivore, plants are easy to find. I don't have to crawl underneath of things to find plants to eat. If I'm a carnivore, I'm eating bugs, I'm eating worms, I'm eating small stuff. I do have to crawl underneath stuff. That's why they have a low profile like this, centipedes do, because they're carnivores. They're actively searching for prey. Being able to go under and around and through stuff makes it easier to find prey. So that's why it has such a low profile. Centipedes versus millipedes. And the easy way to tell the difference between the two. If you can clearly see the legs, it's a centipede. If you're not sure how many legs per segment there are, it's a millipede. I can clearly see that there's one pair of legs per segment in this animal right here. Clearly see that. So it is therefore a centipede. I can't really tell if there's one pair of legs or two pairs of legs per segment on this animal right here. It's a millipede. Oh, what does centi mean? Centipede means 100 feet. Centipedes have about 40 to 50 feet. Millipede, milli means 1,000 feet. Millipedes have about 100 feet. About 100 feet, give or take, per animal. About 20 to 50 feet, depending, per animal. So not 100 feet, not 1,000 feet. It's all lies. Everything you ever learned is a lie. You've been lied to your whole life. I'm just going to keep shattering more and more illusions as the semester goes on. I only wish I could be there in person to see your face fall when you realize that everything you've been taught is a lie. Next chapter. No. Our next phylum, our next subphylum, is subphylum Hexapoda. Well, we've been using legs to kind of classify our groups of arthropods. Remember, arachnids have 4 pairs of legs per segment. Crustaceans have, 4 pairs of walking legs, sorry. Arachnids have 4 pairs of walking legs. Crustaceans usually have 5 pairs of walking legs. Myriapods, we just talked about that. And hexapods, what does hex mean? It means 6. So hexapod means what? 6 feet. These are the insects. The insects are the reason why we need so many different new classifications within this phylum called Arthropoda, because there are literally 900,000 species of insects. We said that most animals are beetles. Beetles are insects. Insects all have 3 pairs of walking legs. The segmentation is clearest in the juveniles. When I say juveniles, think caterpillar, think maggot, things like that. That's where you see the clear segmentation. Most insects will have 1 to 2 pairs of wings. And the wings is what has made them the most successful group on the planet. Who classifies most successful group? How many species of them are there? If there's 1.5 million species of animals, and 1 million of them are bugs, don't you think that means these guys are really, really successful? And it's the fact that they have wings. Pretty much every species of insect, at least one life stage, will have a pair of wings. You think, well, ants don't have wings. They don't, but the queen does when she's born. Termites don't have wings. The queen does when she's born. Lots of species, at least one life stage, will have a pair of wings. And it is these wings. It's these wings that have made insects so incredibly, so amazingly successful. What groups are insects? Beetles, ants, flies, wasps, roaches, butterflies, moths. I could go on and on and on and on and on. There's so many groups of bugs, and you know what a lot of them already are. These are bugs. These are called scarab beetles. Do yourself a favor and do a Google search for scarab beetles. There are lots and lots of them that are beautiful. This one is green chrome. I'm sure you can't see it in the picture. These here are green chrome. look at the video or look at the PowerPoint presentation, look at these pictures on your own. Some of these animals are really, really gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that dragonfly. Beautiful animal. You can clearly see the segmentation in the dragonfly as the adult. Rhinoceros beetle. This is an assassin beetle. Assassin beetles are in their own class as far as how bad they hurt when you get stung by them. They're pretty brutal things. Avoid them if you can. I know bugs are gross. Roaches are gross. Ants are yucky. We don't want them, but a lot of them are actually really, 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 really pretty. Bugs. Insects are masters at camouflage. Walking stick. Look at that. That's just a dead leaf, right? Nope, it's a bug. It's a katydid. A katydid is a kind of grasshopper. Here is a caterpillar that looks like bird crap. How low is their self-esteem? Man, you look like crap. But then again, if your biggest predator is a bird, looking like bird crap, probably going to escape predation, right? They're not going to want to eat that. This is literally the butt of a caterpillar that when it gets threatened, it makes its butt look like a snake face. And lots of birds are scared of snakes. Insect camouflage. Insects are really, really amazing. There are 1 times 10 to the 18th bugs alive right now. And that means a 1 followed by 18 zeros. This is million. This is billion. Trillion. Quadrillion. Quintillion. 1,000,000 quintillion bugs alive on the planet. What does it mean? It means, let's imagine that I'm going to take a big barrel and I'm going to put 1,000,000 bugs in a barrel. I would have, if I put all of the bugs on the planet in barrels, I would have 1 billion barrels that had 1,000,000 bugs each. That's how many bugs there are on the planet.